All right, babies. Welcome to the Nerd Dungeon. If JC was here, we'd have this really great line about watching your head and the safe word's pineapple, but, he's not here.
No, that's my safe word.
Listen, I came up with pineapple. For BigDub, we got Dub, whatever you want. Your safe word will be kumquat.
No, sure.
We'll just call
Hot
it
pants.
dying, so it's kumquat. We'll use kumquat for BigDub. So, as always, you guys, this is going to be something new. Mondays are going to be toy chats. This is going to be something with our premiere episode. So,
the premiere episode.
Yeah, I got you on the premiere. Look, I go big. You got to go big. 2022, baby. I'm going big or go home.
Depends on the definition of big, but
Well, big.
You're already home, so look, you're kind of screwed on that.
I'm home. I went big. I had to go for Big Dub for the premiere.
I hear you.
All right, so this is going to be just us talking to friends, local collectors, whatever we want about toys, collecting, family, whatever we want, wrestling. Because I know Big Dub happens to be a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And he's also a Turtles fan. And I know that he loves a lot of the weird stuff that we always talk about on this channel. So
I've got some turtles right in here. I'm going to open up.
I know. I saw those. Those Best H ones look awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they're like $17. I'm going to mess around with them.
I know. They definitely look really good. Almost like a knockoff SH figure art.
Yeah. I had the figure arts right there.
That's when I saw them. I was like, that looks really good. Yeah. So obviously, you guys know I'm Dre, the Geek Dad. I'll be taking over the host position for tonight. Big Dub is our guest. As always, I'm going to be having my boys with me, Smitty Rock and King Bob. And ironically enough, King Bob is in the same neck of the woods as Big Dub. So let's open up with a little bit of chat on some toys because I have been watching some toy hunting videos lately, and I'm noticing people are struggling in the stores. What are you guys thinking about that?
I couldn't tell you the last time I've been in a store.
Well, we know you haven't been going to stores because you just don't really want to go.
No.
I've been going more, so part of, our 2022 stuff, we're doing the health and fitness challenge. And part of the thing I'm doing for that is I am doing a weekly toy hunt video outside of my normal stuff because we're doing giveaway every month. So, I need to find things to give away. And I think it's a little better to find it on camera, get to show people what they can win.
And actually, let's get into that because I think that that's actually something really awesome that you're doing. So let's talk about the BigDub Fit Challenge.
Sure. Yeah.
So tell us about it.
So kind of the origin is, I've had some success over the last couple of years to get a little healthier and make some changes in my life. And some of my friends, have kind of been back and forth and have tried to help. And I wanted to find a way to help them. And then really more specifically, there's just so many folks that have messaged me on Instagram or on YouTube and talked about like how what I've been through over the past 2 years, help them, help inspire them, help change their life, whatever the case may be. And that means a lot, but at the same time, it's our Peter Parker line, like, it comes with great responsibility. And so in my mind, it's like, how can I continue to help what I need? Like there are things I've got to do much better in. Can I help my buddies that like I actually see that come to my house, that I go to their house, but can I also help everybody? And can that be like all together? Like they don't have to be individual things. Like it's all the same thing. So we started Seth from MCE What's Poppin', and I started the BigDub Fit #BigDub Fit challenge for this year. And really, it's just whatever you think you need to do in your life to get better at, like a group that can help us. So some folks are trying to quit smoking. Some folks are trying to drink less. Some folks are trying to buy less Marvel Legends or Hot Toys, right? They're trying to clean up the pocketbook a little bit. Some people are certainly working out more. Some people are already in good shape, but are trying to get bigger, or lose weight, whatever it is. But it's a good accountability space where whatever you're looking for, you can post about it. Like if you look at my Facebook post today, there's lots of people posting about what they did last week, what they struggle with, and I'm trying to interact and give help. And then at the same time, incentivize people a little bit by doing a giveaway every month. So this month it's Instagram. Both Seth and I will do individual giveaways if you use the #BigDubFit and post. You got to post stuff about life improvement. You can't just post, here's my haul BigDub Fit. That won't count. And we'll just give stuff away, and you don't have to subscribe or follow or just participate. Just be in it. And every time you post is another entry. And that's my goal, is to really help encourage folks to be improving themselves, whatever that may be for everybody, right? Like none of us are the arbiter. Every diet works and doesn't work. Every attempt to stop smoking works and doesn't work, right? It's all up to you. It's all up to you and your support system and how it works. So thanks for giving me a moment to talk about that.
Oh no, please. I respect it because I know for myself, and these gentlemen will tell you, we've known each other for 4 years plus now. And I know for me, I had struggled with some weight issues upwards of almost all of last year. From February till August, September, I lost from 268 to 225.
That's great.
And I did it mostly because I cut soda out and I was trying to eat better because I have a toddler running around now and I want to be able to stay around for her. And I have a 12-year-old little girl that I'm trying to make sure I'm also got to beat up the boys that are be looking at her soon. So, I gotta just make sure I'm staying healthy. And I saw the BigDub Fit Challenge and I said, you know what? I wanted to give you that chance to have a platform with us because I know that everybody loves that accountability, like you said. And I love your Motivational Monday when you post that stuff because I think it's like you said, it gives me somebody like these guys where I can like look out to them and just say, hey, I may not know you personally, but hey, thank you for just like saying I did a good job.
Yes.
That means something to somebody. Being a teacher, I know that just sometimes shaking a kid's hand can make their day.
Absolutely.
So, and my wife knows that too. So I think that's awesome that you do that. And
it helps you with your own personal accountability. So, I mean, for me, just even in the past week, it's been, whatever happens. Like we don't have enough groceries to make dinner. And it's like, well, we could just get pizza. And I'm like, no, I mean, there's a lot of folks like that need encouragement. I don't need to just go have pizza. Like, let's go to the store, let's get some food, let's do whatever we need to do. Because, even if I am able to handle that and recover from it, like I want to set a better example. So it helps hold you personally accountable too, because you want to not let other folks down. Some of that can be unhealthy, right? Like you can't live for everyone else, but a certain level of that accountability is good. It's good for you.
Of course. And I agree with you because I fall into that realm myself. My wife will be the first one to say it. She's like, man, I'll be the first one to be like, hey babe, I just picked up Lana from school. I'm just going to get McDonald's and we'll call it a night. Yeah. And then you get so weighted down and just feel so sick.
Yes.
It doesn't feel good. So like the guys know I used to be a chef, so I cook it up and I will we cut out meat to like twice a week or 3 times a week in our house. And it's made a whole difference, like for just us as a family, and it works. Nice. So it's definitely something that I support, and I love what you're doing.
Yeah. So and there's a lot of things in our hobby of toy hunting and toy collecting can be both ways. Like there's a lot of great outlets. I mean, the easy thing to say and what I always say, there's a heck of a lot worse ways to spend our money. Like we have something to show for it at the end. We're not drinking it away. We're not golf coursing it away. We're not written boats in it away. All those things, fine. Like there's nothing wrong with them, right? In moderation. But we do have something at the end of it. But at the same time, whenever we feel whatever, fill in the blank mood, if we're like, well, I'm going to pre-order 6 things and have them in here. And then when you get them, they pile up and you don't ever open them. It is still destructive to you. So you still have to examine, what are you using these for? Are they coping mechanisms or are they hobbies? It's a difference. So it's not just the physical health. I mean, there's a lot of mental health that I'm hoping, we can help folks with, and detaching from screens, not doing scrolling on Facebook as much, or, whatever the case is, especially after the last 2 years, man, because it's just been,
oh dude, yeah,
so much negative stuff.
It really has been. It's like these guys, I used to just only talk to them solely through Instagram. I have their phone numbers. We text often. We all know each other's families. We talk everything. We've been through some major stuff with each other. It's when we got away from just being on the screen and being able to actually talk, it changes the dynamic of your relationships.
Yes.
Hence, like when I reached out to you, and I've been talking to you on and off now through most of the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And I've always liked how you've kind of bridged that gap between collecting and your family and bringing together the hobby. And then even when you did the fire sale to like, I didn't do a fire sale, but I definitely got rid of a lot of stuff because when my baby was coming, my wife looked at me and she was like, we got to make room. And, she means everything.
Come first.
Exactly. So I definitely like you said, the hobby became bad at one point because I had like 19 totes full of shit that just never did anything, dude. It literally just sat. Yeah. And now 19? I got rid of a lot of stuff. And now it's like 2 totes of stuff. And it's mostly like Legos because you guys got me, you and Seth. I'm going to blame you and Seth for getting me into the Lego craze. I only wanted 1 or 2 things, and then my daughter's like, "Oh, we could go do Legos together." My 12-year-old.
That changes everything, man. And
It
you
does.
can do it with the family, and next thing you know, you got a daily bugle, and whatever you're spending.
God,
I mean, I'm looking at this ad at the Lego store that's like $800, and I'm like, I think we need that, right? Like, yeah.
Dude, I got the Milano. I got the Domo from Eternals. I got the Bad Batch. My wife bought me the Bat Cave. I have all those just sitting right there, and I'm like, I have no space, but I got to make this space for them. Yeah. So eventually. Eventually.
That's true.
So let me ask you this, because I love one thing about family I love is how is it hunting with your family as opposed to going by yourself?
It's great. So I'll say this, for anyone, if you hunt enough, it just gets old when you're by yourself, right? And for those of us that record for whatever we record for Instagram or YouTube, when you get yourself where you're going, all right, if I wasn't making a video, I would not be in this Walmart. I would not be here. I'd be at home.
So true.
If you've reached that point, change, slow down, do something different. Several years ago, I reinvented my channel and stopped doing that and just basically said, these are going to be my home videos. That's what it is. And so I love going on a hunt if Natalie or with me, especially if Kai is with me. We have fun, and she gets to look at things that I may not normally look at, but are exciting to her. And ultimately, if people are watching our content, they're not watching to see the same Eternals peg warmers at every Walmart in America. Like, that's not what they're watching for. They're watching for whatever the personality is that's presenting it to them.
Of course.
And so doing it with the family is great, and in reality, I never, one of the elements of the fire sale that happened the same week I met Natalie, and I never thought that the level of family I have right now would work with having so much stuff. I'm like, well, surely, nobody's going to be into this, and I'll gladly just move on. That's fine, because a family would be more important. In reality, if I had met them a couple months earlier, I may not would have sold everything because they like it. They look at the video, they're like, "Oh, where'd all that stuff go? I want those hot toys; those are cool." So it's so much better to do it as a family or with your friends. I don't know if the three of you guys have gotten together and hung out, gone to a convention, but our mega episodes, right, where all of us are together, and Seth and OG Geek and Josh and whoever is with us, David, they're just so much fun because it's just like you're 12 years old again, right? You're just playing the modern day version of Fort in the backyard. It just happens to be at a toy con. It's just worth so much.
I love that about you guys with your video. When you guys, I got to watch it from all three of those perspectives. Really 4, because I watched Josh's videos too. And I loved how you guys and Captain Powerlift and all that, the dynamic was such an interesting dynamic. Yeah. And it's something that we've always talked about doing, getting together. But because Smitty lives up in Jersey, Bob is the closest one to me. And
I was gonna say there's no excuse for you not to go to Atlanta.
You guys should come to Atlanta,
or better yet, me driving to North Carolina. I ain't got no problem doing that.
Listen, I know. Trust me, I'm the first one to get yelled at, and I accept it.
You don't get yelled at.
This is what I always tell the boys. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. We only live once, So when we go down and we see Seth and Mike and those guys, that's Orlando. That's 8 or 9 hours from us, and we'll do it in a weekend. We'll drive down Friday, hang out Saturday, come back Sunday. Does that stink Monday morning at work? Sure, but it doesn't stink as much as never getting to see my friends. And it's worth so much doing that. And we just make the whole trip an adventure, right? You just stop at fun places, do fun things. It becomes a memory, And some of our greatest memories are the actual road trip versus what we did when we got there.
And that's kind of what I want to do now with my daughters. It's I feel we have this time where my wife gets home from work. It's 6, 7 o'clock. I'm making dinner. Our nightly routine is always she gets tired. I stay up with Rory. Lana goes to bed. It's and we do that till the weekend. And I feel we miss out on those opportunities, like you said, of that bonding time, even with your own friends or your family. And I see those videos. I see those pictures. And we've done small things like that where we, as a family, have gotten together. But I've always wanted to I used to love road tripping before I had my wife and my daughters. I used to love road tripping. Me and my boys would get in the car, go road trip to Otakon. We'd road trip down to Atlanta for a wrestling show at Center Stage. We would do all that. But then my life changed a little bit. But it doesn't mean that it's got to change so radically that I couldn't say, hey, do a day trip to go see Bob and then see you and then go, hey, I'm home.
Yeah, we're going to meet up at these stores and hang out for however long. And, when you hear, I don't know if you guys ever played sports. I was an athlete and a coach growing up, most of my life. And the thing that people talk about when their athletic career, their wrestling career, whatever is done is the locker room. They don't talk about the performances in the games. They talk about missing the locker room and the bus and all of that stuff, the camaraderie that's off the field. And that's what I really try to create with my friends and family is that same kind of element, that locker room element where it's, that it's just, it means so much. It's a thing that you'll blink, right? Especially right now, I call this is the doldrums of winter. I think for most folks, right? You get done with the holidays and now it's like, oh, what's the next thing to look forward to? Spring break? Like, what is it? It's months away. And so it's real easy to just kind of blink and go through the motions. And now it's February and now it's middle of February. And it's not, find things and make them fun. Find things to make them fun. It's not about what you're doing. It's about who you're with. It's really,
of course, 100%. I think that you got to do that. Like I have had opportunities to do fun things like that. Like my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, they always are like, let's go. They got a camper. Let's go. They want to go camping. I'm not an outdoor kitty. They glamp, but I'm not an outdoor kitty. I don't want to sleep. I got a bad back. I got arthritis. I ain't trying to lay on the ground because I ain't going to get up. That's the reality.
So I would agree with you too, BigDub, because I'm part of the Funko Fiends, the North Atlantic chapter, and just going to conventions and having people are there, and like meeting up at different points in the day and stuff, and going, oh, what you get,
yeah,
what did you see? Well, oh, I haven't been over there yet. Is it worth going over? And all of that. But our chapter also has done a number of charity things. So getting to meet up to do, last spring we did gift baskets for a Head Start program in the city. We took ones down to Children's Hospital in Baltimore. I can't remember what we did in the fall.
But you got that one coming up that you guys are doing for autism.
Nice.
That's with Dave, Big Dog Dave. He's doing his puzzle pieces squared charity. So I've already forewarned my fiend friends that on my Instagram they're going to be seeing a lot about that auction in the next 2 months leading up to it. I've told these guys that too. Because I'm helping Dave out with that, but it's just because it's a friend and it's a good cause.
Yeah.
And it's something that, you can feel good about as as part of the community. His charity auction, last year he raised $5,000 for this charity, and it ended up being their biggest fundraising donation of the year because of COVID. That made me feel good being, having contributed just some pops and stuff to it. Now I'm like, hey, I'm getting some of these custom toy, designers and stuff to try to, donate pieces to make it even bigger this year.
That's great.
And that's
we talked about, we actually had we had a big Mike and Seth and I, OG Geek, What's Poppin'. We were going to do, and then COVID disrupted it. We had planned like the equivalent, and we talked about this on a live stream the other day, a Big Brother house where all of us were going to get in a house, a 24-hour live stream, all three of our channels running live nonstop, and donate everything to whatever, Toys for Tots or something, or a local thing for a holiday last year. But then we got, COVID made it where we couldn't do it. So we're going to do something like that upcoming, some sort of, we just have this mindset of doing a 24-hour multi-cam, multi-channel, huge live stream where nobody's necessarily talking to the camera. You're just getting to see what we're doing. Like it's just a fly on the wall.
I want to see the Nerf bullets fly.
Yeah, that's coming. That's coming. So Jan Captain Powerlift sent something the other day. He found some sort of Gatling gun. I'm talking with a mount that shoots 100 every 30 seconds. I'm like, nice. It's like, I'm bringing this with me. I'm hiding. I'm wearing body armor.
Yeah, you guys need to get some masks and just go straight out. Get some of those cool what was it, Call of Duty masks. Get Josh up in there. Y'all just start coming through, kicking couches over.
Yes.
I would love to see that.
Yes. That'd be a good time. And then make Steve eat something nasty.
Oh God, man. If you guys have not watched BigDub, he is definitely funny. If you have not watched Seth is just, he's a native New Yorker too that's moved down to Florida. I love watching his stuff. He actually helped me out a year ago? Yeah, last year when the AOA wave came out. I was looking for a Wolverine and I couldn't find it at any of my targets. And he was like, I was like, what do you want for it? I'll buy it. He's like, no, here you go. And he mailed it up to me. And I thought, yeah, he's definitely a good dude. And we've talked about family because he's got 2 boys. I got the girls and I have my son who's 16. So it's like, I get it. And it takes a very different dynamic. Like I told the guys, and I've said it with you, when you're toy hunting, when you're single, to when you have your kids with you and your wife comes with you. Like my wife is not, it's funny. When we first met, she was like, I'm into Gilmore Girls. I like Golden Girls, blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay. And now she has like 20 pops that I got her of Stitch because she loves Stitch and Captain Marvel. And then my daughter, she's got like pops and now she's into anime. So now she's like My Hero, Demon Slayer.
Well, there you go. Yeah, come
I see Kaya is into Demon Slayer with Zenitsu.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, behind me, if you see it above my head, that's the Hashi does right up there. Nice. And I have an extra one I got to give my daughter. And I got the different Inosuke's and you can see here from my boy Smitty. That's my Christmas gift. Love that piece of artwork.
Nice.
Yeah, the wife had to get it the other night, so when it fell. So I appreciate that she did that. So Smitty
what I like about it with the ladies is it's like the forever challenge is how do you display? You run out of space, and I think my collection is pretty cleanly displayed.
Oh yeah,
I don't have a lot of boxes piled up or anything like that. But what Natalie does with her Sailor Moon thing is at a whole other level.
Dude, I've seen that
curated. It's she finds a way. So right, like we get a Ninja Turtles Loot Crate box. I just want the figure in there. Let's be real. Maybe the T-shirt if we like it. All this other random crap they give you, like a patch and a button in it. It just goes in the pile of what do I do with this? Like, is it worth anything on eBay? No. All right. What do I do with this? She finds ways to take those things and make them look awesome. Like, and it's so like the Mondo Gecko. Something came with the Mondo Gecko shirt. One of the NECA Loot Crates came with the shirt that the toy wears, and so she would somehow have it where it's like the background of the Detolf shelf with Mondo Gecko toys in front of it. Like somehow she could find a way to curate it like that. So much different. When I'm like, how do I fit more figures on the shelf? That's what I'm going for. How do I get more on?
That's exactly what I do. Like I looked at my shelf the other day. I'm like, man, my villain shelf looks awesome. And then my wife,
exactly out of space.
Dude, I don't even want to show you my space because like I just started organizing this right here. Like behind me is the Demon Slayer, the McFarlane, and then I have manga.
What Demon Slayer stuff is it? Is all statues? Have you got any the Tanjiro Figmas out? Have you got any of the Figmas?
No, I missed the pre-order window on the Tanjiro and the Nesco.
Yeah, and those are going to be crazy aftermarket prices.
Oh yeah, the Buzzmoto are like $300 now. I'm just like, and they're cloth goods. Yeah. Which makes them nicer than a Figma, but I don't think the price point's really worth it. Yeah. But I do have the original Tanjiro first issue Nendroid, the Nesco Nendroid, and then I got the Tomioka, Zenitsu, and Inosuke Figure Arts minis.
Oh, nice.
You're not gonna brag about Inosuke because I know you got them.
Oh, you mean this one that you don't have?
Yeah.
All right, y'all speaking Greek to me right now, so that's fun.
Always kept very close just in case.
I think I got Kai. I think Kai has all the Nendroids so far.
Oh no, I got tons of Nendroids. I went hard into Nendroids years ago when I first moved. See, like I've been a long time collector. Like you're similar to yourself. Like my collection evolved and changed. So like I used to be really heavy into anime. So I did tons of anime statues. And then I sold all those off. And then I did comic book statues, sold those off. And then I've done now Nendroids. And I mean, I have, what was it? God of War, Witcher.
Did you order the Nendroid Demon Slayer new Expressions headset that's coming out here in a little while?
Yes, I got that one. I did the third reissue of Tomioka, and I like the Tanjiro. I just don't like the way the face is to try to get him. See, that thing's dope looking, man.
Man,
and that's my favorite.
Cheaper than a Marvel Legend. I mean, almost the price of a Pop.
I'm saying, and they got butterfly joints in them too.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, please. I won't. Like, I've been looking at those online, and I'm like, man, I wish the Walmart by me carried them, because I have 2 or 3 Walmarts close enough, and they never carry that sort of stuff. Like, I always miss out. But man, and Leo looks dope. Like I said, they look like SH Figure Arts.
They really do.
They're like,
and it's heavier than I thought. I thought it'd be light. My only experience, I mean, loyal subjects. I think we've probably all had little loyal subjects a time or two. But I have like the Sauron, and maybe there's a Gandalf of these, and like a couple full metal ones of these that I got. Kaya, they're fine. I mean, they're small, but they're fine. Like, especially at that price point. But this is not bad.
I think they look better quality than the anime ones that they did, which was like the Luffy, the Zoro, and the Sanji.
Yeah.
I have the Luffy, and the joints are just like completely loose on them. Like, it looks poorly built for $20, but for $17 or like $14, like, that's not a bad price point for something that has butterfly joints, which is not even on a Marvel Legend. Yeah, that looks dope as hell.
Yeah. And he's got an extra head, 4 so 3 total sets of hands, and his weapon. I mean, that's all you need with a turtle, and
the weapon set,
the sewer,
and a sewer cover. Well, a slice of pizza. If you're Michelangelo, definitely a slice of pizza.
Yeah. I wonder if they have a pizza. I don't know what's in there.
But see, that's actually dope though. And like you said, for the price point, I would go for it. I mean, but
they'll show up. They're just showing up, and in fact, these wouldn't ring up at my Walmart, but they let me ring up like other ones, like Gang. And because they all just say like various assortment, so they're like, just pick another one and ring them up. I've got 3 of these. I need the Raphael, but they'll be in the giveaway.
Nice.
So I've picked up a Donnie, a Leo, and a Mikey, and if I can find a Raph, so they'll be eligible in giveaways all year long.
Ooh, check that out, folks.
Use the hashtag on Instagram this month.
I will say this though. I remember back in the day when I was. Oh God, did I say this now? 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe, when I was collecting Pops avidly. And I remember going to Target, and the Fallout like 4 just started hitting stores. And I love Fallout. And I remember trying to get them, and my best friend, she picked out like 4 of them. We take them to the register, and they don't scan. And this is back in the day where Target was like, "Oh, how much do you think they are?"
Yes.
$3 a piece.
$2.99. She's like, sure.
Bring it up.
And we paid for the price of 1 pop. We got 4. Not saying that was right, but
just what happened.
I'm gonna tell you what the price I think it should be is. But I mean, we've all had that, like, where you luck out and catching a good deal, or like I remember I did a fig swap to get the price swap to get a Shang-Chi before they released them. And
they were street dated.
Yeah, because they were street dated, and I went and I did it, and man, the toy community slaughtered me. They were like, "You're an asshole. You're the guy that Target goes after." And I'm like, dude, you know how much money my wife and I spend at Target on diapers and baby food?
Well, that's not
for
toys.
Me to do a big swap. It was. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying I spent enough money there that it was slightly justified. But then again, I felt
the toy community will go after everybody.
They do. For whatever.
I mean, they fill in the blank community online about anything. It doesn't matter.
Well, it's funny because a lot of people have been saying the toy community lately. Because like I was watching the collector's corner that they were doing with Seth and Greg Cook, and I've seen Greg Cook's new video, and you see them talk about how the community really does come after people, like just for like these nasty comments. But then I think to another guy I watched that does comic books, and he said, think of video games. If you find the enemies, you're going the right way.
On what's his name? Jim Mint. Yeah, on his video talking to breeding mean comments the other day. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, dude, you saw that $6,500 Fantastic Four, and I love what he was saying because he's talking about key issues. And for anybody that doesn't know, key issues are like those ones where either heroes come in or introductions of major storylines. And I know, Dub, you are a slab collector. It was one of the things I first saw years ago when I saw you on Facebook and saw your YouTube channel that you were
many slabs, lots of them.
And I love slabs. Bob got a slab the other day that looked freaking dope. That Batwoman, was it Batman and Catwoman, the wedding one?
Oh, nice.
He got that slab, and I was like, whew, that looks dope.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
That's cool.
There's two ways to slab collect, and I do both, right? You get your key issues that are, certainly, an element of that is an investment, but I personally, it's cool to own. I would rather own a 0.5 mega key issue that's not worth as much just to have it, just to have a piece of history. But then also, like, there's just slabs look great with cool covers, cool variant covers, things like that are just awesome. Great display pieces, fun to have, versus like the loose one that you're going to put in your comic box and like 10 years later, you'd be like, oh, I don't know I had this.
Exactly.
It's much cooler.
I've been doing that a lot. Like I pick up, I'm going through my comics right now to see if I can find the cover of the Dark Reign. Now, I go to my local comic shop every Wednesday. I picked up Dark Reign 1, and I asked for like the rare cover that had the new Miles, Daredevil, and the Daredevil Elektra on the cover.
Oh, nice.
And it's like that was like the 1 in 25. It was the shop exclusive book. They didn't get it. Like something happened with their order, so I couldn't get it. But they pulled the little chibi Elektra, the cover, and I was like, okay, whatever. Then I found the Peach Momoko Elektra as Daredevil for book 2. So I've been trying to get those because eventually I would like to slab them and have them because I think Dark Reign is one of the best Marvel storylines right now going. And if the covers look as good as they're going, yes. Because I have like the Power Ranger ones with the turtles, and I'm going to slab each of those.
Yeah.
I hunted every single turtle cover that was rare.
I've got a couple slabs of the ones, the Turtles Power Rangers, where it's the turtle holding, or the Power Ranger holding the turtle, or the turtle holding the Power Ranger. Something. I want to get all of them, but there are a lot. There are a lot. I have 6 of them.
These guys know I'm not a comic collector, but one of the ones I got just because it was a cool variant was the Last Ronin #1.
I got a bunch of Last Ronins. That's a great one.
That's a great ass book.
But I saw this cover. I bought it just for the cover alone because I was like, all right, even though I'm not a comic book guy, I'm like, that's just a cool cover.
Cool. Yeah, it's just cool.
Yeah, he's not even into comics all that much, but when he picked that up, that he got like the nice, dope, rare variant first print.
Nice.
So I'm a little salty.
Yeah.
Like I love my boy, but I'm a little sad.
I see Josh is in here. Josh just posted the other day a bunch of his comic covers he had. If you watch, we watch what's called the guys' names are the Brothers Krim comics. I post about them on Facebook. They're on Friday night. Man, they are a Facebook comic auction that's so much fun, and it is so dangerous. You will just blink and buy all sorts of variants and things. So that's cool.
I can't do that because the wife will kill me. I'll be sleeping elsewhere outside of my house in my car.
Oh yeah.
It's a little chilly outside.
Well, there have been some days, maybe it's last year during COVID, and so Josh and I brought like a bunch of people out of the group. I mean, there were probably 100 people watching that live auction, and then people just started buying other people's stuff, and they saw what was happening. And they put up so many weird things, and like it'd be mysteries. Like one of us would leave, like Josh would have to go like do something with the kids, and he'd be gone for 30 minutes, and I'd be like, "That's for Josh. That's for Josh. That's for Josh." Put it in his thing, and we'd send them to each other. And so, like, I got several videos where both unboxing these random things, and I'm getting like Doogie Howser first appearance and Beverly Hills 90210, the Ooh La La tale. I mean, it was so funny. Oh, just $1, just send it to each other. Comics can be fun like that and dangerous. And I'm actually going to start selling some comics on Whatnot, I think. But it's you can have some fun with comics. You can have some fun.
Definitely. Bob is like the other resident comic book dude, and he gets some really cool, like he got into Back to the Future, and I love the stuff. He's picked up all these cool variant covers.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, what was the other stuff that some of the older books you were trying to pick up, Bob?
Oh, Alf.
Like old school. Look at that. You can definitely vibe with Alf.
Are you excited isn't NECA releasing an Alf this year?
I was buying about 4 of them.
I think they're releasing a Ultimates Alf, I believe, is coming.
And they released the new plushie too in their swag box.
Mikey doesn't have pizza. He has a grappling hook. And
Mikey
so somebody probably has pizza because the accessories are different.
Yeah, I would have given him pizza.
Yeah, he's got a grappling hook.
See, I would have given Raph the grappling hook or Donatello the grappling hook.
Oh, Donnie has a slice of pizza. I see he has a slice.
As long as someone gets the pizza, that's fun.
Yeah, because I mean, there's got to be pizza in there some way. Because
they just want you to buy them all.
Wise man once said, "You never pay full price."
That's true. Well, they have. If you want these, they also have the black and white ones that are in the cool packaging. Pizza box. I saw
that, the $75 box.
That thing and near you, because Kent Poole was telling me. So he's near you, right, Kent? He's in Charlotte area, so he's got to be close to you. The Walmart's they're having them on clearance for like $45 or $50 because he showed me pictures of a couple of them. I was like a little bit cheaper, and we'll get them for some giveaways. A little bit cheaper.
Yeah, I would probably scoop that up if I was more into Turtles, because I got into the SH Figure Arts, and I do Kamen Rider because like I like to go. I mean, I'm into Power Rangers.
That's a deep line there. The Kamen Rider.
Yes, and Kamen Rider is a very if you're not into Kamen Rider culture. Like I said, like if you're not into the Sentai culture, it is. And I said Sentai, folks, not hentai. That's a separate video for the adults only.
Yeah,
this is a family channel.
Sure.
Gov knows what I'm talking about with the hentai. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was always stay up late at night while the wife is sleeping.
In the world of hunting with your family, we were at Anime Weekend Atlanta, whenever that was, back in November, and there was truly this one booth, and it had a tent, a completely covered tent with a door that you had to pay like $3 to go into in a con. A big line, and Kai's like, "What's there?" Oh, nothing, nothing at all. Nope, exactly. Don't need to look at that.
And you got to keep her away from the doujinshis. Like,
oh yeah,
keep her away from doujins because they'll do the whole like Zenitsu X Tanjiro X Inosuke, and then she's like,
we call that the ooh la la sections, and we skip those. Although it's hard at some of those anime conventions. And then also I remember at that same show, one of the first pieces of art we saw was Wario and Waluigi shirtless, black and white, suspenders, like the like Calvin Klein model pose, like with the underwear waistband. And I'm talking, these things had to be 4 feet tall. And she's like, "What's that from?" I'm like, "Honey, I don't know who that is for." Like that.
Why?
Seductive Waluigi, you know.
Oh, yeah. I love the art prints that you picked up. I think it was in Florida when you guys went down there. There was like
the villains.
Yes, where you got them sitting on the toilet.
The ones at the toilet. Yeah. Yes. Those are at Atlanta Comic Con. They were in Florida too. Yes.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
You can buy from him online. He's actually sent me some things because I guess not many people have bought the entire catalog of characters taking a dump artwork, but I've bought all of them. Every one he has.
Yes, you did. I saw the video.
And my whole guest bathroom downstairs is just all people taking a dump. So you can take a dump with All Might taking a dump, and he's got his little pink lacy thong down at his legs. It's wonderful. I think that art is
the
great.
Best thing that when you sat there and we're talking about it at the con, and like you're like, look, he's got the little pink lacy thong. And I'm sitting there like, oh my god, he is. Like I actually had to like lean into my laptop to watch that.
The guy's name is Disparity, like the word parody with DIS. Disparity Art's how you find him, but he's not. He's like like Banksy. He's an artist that you don't know who he is. So the guy there is the guy that works, but the artist himself is anonymous because he's supposedly a fine art creator that actually does true level fine art. And he doesn't want Marvel or any of those companies to come after him for doing it. So he does this parody art, but he does it anonymously. So like, it's also ridiculous, but you look at it and it's amazingly intricate. Like the details. So like Hulk sitting there and Hulk's, in a G-string and he's taking a dump and he's straining. But you look at it and there's like tiny pieces of the toilet, like cracking from the weight of Hulk, like all these tiny details. They're like, not only is this awesome, it's really, really good. Too like it's really
the Gandalf. I think it was a Gandalf one you had in there. There was like or Voldemort. I remember I saw the Voldemort.
There's both. One. There's both.
And I was like, man, those look really cool. And I myself love doing art prints like that because I have some Power Ranger ones. When I went to GalaxyCon, I met a teacher, this awesome like African American guy who was a social studies teacher just like I am, and he was he's a comic book artist, and he turned around and he did Storm and T'Challa.
Oh,
and he did them together, and he was like, "So you're a teacher?" Because I was like, "Yeah, I'm still new to YouTube. This is years ago." And like, can I just like film you? And we started talking, and dude, it looks so cool. Like I have that print there, and every time I see it, I remember him because he inspired his kids through art and comics, like I did in the classroom. And my wife is now doing that because, like, again, she was not into pop culture. She teaches language arts, and now she's using comic books, and I designed stuff for her to use in the classroom. So it's definitely, for the nerd in me, it feels good to see her get the kids involved. And she's like, "Andre, what's this? Babe, what's this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Now that my daughter talked to my mother-in-law, was it over the holidays? Like I had to use the norm and muggle term.
Oh,
she's
nice.
like, she was like, "Yeah, I got All Might and I got some new manga." And my mother-in-law looks at my wife and me. She's like, "Manga?" And I'm like, "Lana, don't talk to the norms like that." And she's like, "What do you mean norms?" I'm like, "They're muggles. They don't get us."
Oh, that's funny.
And it's funny because a long time ago I felt like that because it was so niche. Think about that. Like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we were that niche
before Iron Man 1. Before Iron Man 1. Because as even though Batman lives firmly in our nerd culture, Dark Knight in that trilogy was not what Marvel became. It was super duper popular, but it also was very contemporary and modern styling, right? It didn't feel like crazy superhero the way we've got Valkyrie and Iron Spider with the Infinity Gauntlet, like, you know, like Nerd Dream. It's more, okay, that is Batman, but that's also just dude beating people up. Like they minimize the comic book.
Can't touch the Endgame and Infinity War. You can't. They're completely different styles of movie, and you cannot. And like you said, it is the nerd dream to have that funeral the way it was.
Yes.
For Iron Man, like to see all those actors in the same place at the same time to say goodbye to somebody.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing.
Well, and without, you know, spoiling, and that evolves into like what we just saw with Spider-Man, right? And it's just at a whole other level than it's ever been before, which is awesome. Which is just
I think that my daughter actually, it's funny because I took Lana to go see Eternals, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Spider-Man. And she's like my little buddy to go see those movies with. And I said, "Which one did you like the most?" She's like, "Spider-Man." And I was like, "Of course, we both love Spider-Man." I said, "But out of Eternals and Shang-Chi, which one did you like more?" She's like, "Eternals." I was like, "Really? You were jumping up in your seat when you saw his sister jumping around, kicking everybody's butt." But it was, I think the Kung Fu aspect for me, growing up with the Chopsaki film, Master of the Flying Guillotine, the 5 Deadly Venoms, you know, that was more what Shang-Chi was for me. And I think Eternals for her, she got to she loved Makari, the girl, and she loved the girl that because Makari was the one that was deaf.
Yes.
And she was like, my daughter's like, "Oh, I love that she's super fast and she's got she can't hear, but like she's still an immortal." And that blew her mind.
That actress is great too. She's from Walking Dead. She's really, really good in The Walking Dead.
Yes, I just started watching Walking Dead a little bit backwards because I've been wanting to get back into it because I know that you were wildly into it as well. And I was like, I had to get back to rewatch it, and I was like, I saw that girl in there, and when she's in the field and the zombies are coming, but she can't hear them, and they're trying to get to her, and they're like, "Get out of here! The zombies are coming for you." And if you think about it, that's got to be a scary thing to be deaf, where you need to hear the fact that things will come and eat you to kill you down.
Yes.
So that's a very big deal. And my daughter thought that was a cool person to have super speed, not the Flash, but a female.
Yeah.
And be that way. So, and I try to do you know what it's like. I got women all in the house. I got 3 of them. You got 2. So I know, you know. And it's definitely, I try to talk about female empowerment, and, you know, my wife loves Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman, and my daughter loves, you know, Black Widow, and she's starting to get into Kate Bishop and Moon Girl. And I'm trying to introduce her to all those characters because this generation, we, as boys growing up, as a minority boy growing up, I didn't get Miles. I had Batman, Spider-Man, Captain America.
Yep.
Superman. You know, so it wasn't so
Ray. We've gone over this.
No, we've gone over this.
You had a couple.
Video, but look right here. You see Miles is on the wall. Out of respect, I love Miles Morales. Granted, I grew up with Spider-Man on my wall, and I had bed sheets of Superman, and I'm that old that I can say that. You know, at 43, I had all those things. So,
you still have those things.
Still have them, yeah.
I still do, and I wear them proudly.
Yes.
And then my wife takes it off the bed, and she puts the normal stuff on. But, you know, I think that kids, young girls growing up today need those sorts of superheroes. Because, like, I remember somebody posted a meme. They were like, our daughters now, they wanted princesses, but now they have, like, generals. Yeah. You see, like, Leia, Okoye, Shuri, you know, Wonder Woman. And I'm like, that's awesome to see.
That's great. Yeah, it's great.
You know, and I think we need that more. And I wish that we saw those more reflected in better quality toys of them. You know, like, I would love to have an Okoye figure that was really good quality.
Yeah, there's no hot toy. There's no import. It's just the Build-A-Figure, basically.
Exactly. And I mean, a Build-A-Figure can be nice, but again, you know, like this right here, Sam Wilson. I love this one. I think the Toys R Us exclusive one's a little bit better, but you know, we don't get a whole lot of figures like that, so it's kind of cool.
Well, that's why I try to, whatever Kaya's into, I try to support it and get it for her, and not necessarily say, oh, well, maybe you should have more makeup and less action figures. And if she wants to be into action figures, great. Because the reason, at least my understanding, and I have a lot of business responsibility in my life. I think I understand business pretty well. It's because they don't sell. Like if they sell, those companies want to make money. They don't care. Like they really don't care what piece of plastic we buy. Why is there always another Spider-Man and Captain America and Iron Man? Because they sell. Because grandma buys them. That's just what it is. And grandma's not buying Shuri because she don't know who that is. So she knows who Superman is. So I'm about to.
She knows Batman. She knows Robin. She knows
wrestling. I mean, we're seeing. We've got for the first time in a while, a brand new action figure line with the AEW Jazzwares line, a great line. But I mean, Lord, the new wave they just announced has got 4 of the 6 are reissues, I think, and it's like the 4th or 5th Chris Jericho figure in 8 waves. But at the same time, that's the person people have heard of. That's and a random person walks up to Walmart. That's the Spider-Man. I'll have Chris Jericho. Who is Chris Statlander? I have no idea who this is. I'm not buying this.
Like Nyla Rose.
Shorts.
Exactly. They don't look at Nyla Rose. They don't look at FTR. They go.
Think of how long that Rio sat in shelves from wave 1, and that that hurts. Having more representation on that type of thing, which is unfortunate. And so, I try to encourage that. Buy those things up, for folks. And it is what it is. I guess there's not much we can do about it. But you just try to encourage it. And I think you're right on. I mean, I got one of the things Kaya got for Christmas. She likes Venom, so we got her Venom stuff. But then I also got her Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur and Miss Marvel and Silk and some of those more obscure female characters who haven't shown up yet in the MCU, so that when they do, because they inevitably will, Squirrel Girl, when they inevitably will, she'll have some more familiarity on them. She'll be excited about it. She loves Gwenpool. She's like, why is Gwenpool not in anything? She loves it. And that comic's great. That comic's a great comic.
It's solid.
But nobody bought it. So it got canceled. So, it's hard, but, you try to, whatever it is, whoever it is, you try to encourage their interest. And everybody wants to see a thing that looks or feels familiar to them. And that's cool because it's not like there's any shortage of stuff being made right now.
Oh, no.
In anything. Movies, TV shows, toys. Like, the biggest problem you hear collectors say is there is too much good stuff. Too much. Like, that's why we all got it piled up. So there's no shortage. So what if one of the 8 figures is something that you don't want to buy? Oh, well. Because you're gonna buy them for the Build-A-Figure piece anyway. That's just what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. I 100%. I look at it like when I go to the comic book store, I go to my local shop, and my guy knows both my daughters and my wife. And I go in there, and I'm like, hey, listen, recommend me something for my daughter. And because he knows already, like, what's on the pull list for her and what she wants to read. And he knows what I like to read. So, like, every time they've recommended something to me, I love it. Like, if Kaya wants to read a good book that's by Boom Studios right now, check out Wind, WYND.
Okay.
That series is actually magic. It's got very nice kind of I want to say Adventure Time meets like a cartoony style artwork, but a very kind of cool political story weaved in. You know, and if you like D&D, there's a series called Dice that's like, what if you got sucked into a game world?
Oh, she'll like that. We've been playing D&D as a family. She'll like that.
Oh, dude, I play D&D. I love it. I love it. If you like, I know that you got into Firepower, right? By Kirkman.
Yes, yeah, Kirkman. Yeah,
I love Firepower. That's like I love that. I love look here. Is there something about something is killing the children's really good.
Yeah, boy, you can't find early issues of that. That thing took off.
You know where you got to get it? Like this. You got to grab it. Like my mother-in-law got it for me.
Is that a trade?
Yeah. Amazon, $7.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I got the first two. If she likes Power Rangers, and I know Natalie's like Sailor Moon, Radiant Black would be a good one for them to check out too, because that's like kind of I think Boom Studios, where it's like a team of superheroes that are like kind of like the Power Rangers, kind of meets Voltron, and they're trying to figure out how they fit into their roles in the real world, as well as dealing with villains. It's actually a really interesting book. I got the first one for Christmas, and I like it.
That's cool.
So definitely check it out. There's a lot. There's just a lot of books. Like Sweet Tooth, my wife bought me for Father's Day last year because we watched it on Netflix, and I fell in love with the show.
Have you read Ice Cream Man, that super creepy looking one?
I've not, but my best friend up in New York, he did it, and he told me it's like really, really good. So I want to check that out in Soul Plumber.
That's another one that's like impossible to get. Ice Cream Man, like a number one. Dude, it's super creepy looking, man. Oof.
Yeah, and he's like very. I like the cover art because I remember seeing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, damn, this does look kind of cool. You know,
I almost bought it. I almost just added it to my pull. And Something Is Killing the Children early days because I'm like, well, that just looks cool. And then you have, again, like everything else, you have so many comics in your pull. You're like, when am I ever going to read all this? Like,
you see right here.
This is picking up 60.
2, 3. That's this week's.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's actually not this week. This is like 3 weeks worth of pull stuff that I haven't even gotten a chance to read through. And I just caught up on House of Slaughter, which is the prequel series to Something's Killing the Children.
Oh,
and that's really good because it's
all that existed.
Backstory of like Jay Slaughter and how like the houses were separated because of a civil war. And I was like, wow, this is, and I got that off of watching Cincy. Cincy was talking about how good the series was. I was like, let me check it out. And I like it. 100%. It's good.
I know one of my, a couple of my friends that are into comics, one of their series is Department of Truth.
Yeah, that's also, I read that. That thing is great. Especially if you look conspiracy theories. And it's like Men in Black meets X-Files meets.
Oh.
Yeah, it's dark. It's very dark but good. And another series that's also in that same
vein. And the covers are amazing.
Oh yeah, I should have one here because I know they just had one come out recently.
I mean, I've watched it because I'm watching my friends post. You know, they've got this variant or they got that variant for this for this month's.
There's Donnie with his pizza.
That is so cool.
These are really good at that price point.
I'm saying, yeah, for that price point,
and especially like I can see how some people might say the paint is too light on it, or, too. But I mean, it's super articulated. The base on it. I mean, if you want to weather this thing up, paint it up, use it up. I mean, I'll take it for that price.
Oh, and if you like Dub, I know you're into horror a little bit. You might want to check this one out.
Swamp Thing.
Green Hell.
I haven't heard of that one either.
Last week, it is basically they took a chance on the new Swamp Thing in the new kind of like Fear State era of DC, and it's really good. I mean, I read Refrigerator Full of Heads, Basket Full of Heads. I got into all the Joe Hill stuff because I love his stuff. So if you love horror, definitely I would say check him out.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a big comic book nerd, and I know Bob is. I've been wanting to send Bob a box of just random good books to read because I know that he'll definitely check them out and love them.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine who is more into the indie stuff, and I kind of pick his brain, and he'll send me stuff that's just like off in left field, and I'll read it and I'm like, dude, really? you sent me this, but it's all it's all hits, and that's the cool part about it now. Back in the day, you had your your DC and your Marvel and stuff like that, but now you're getting more of the smaller companies, breaking in that ceiling and coming out with cool stuff that's not just Superman or Batman.
Damn right. I'm not. That's why I was looking through my books because, I found this variant cover for the DC Vampires.
Oh, Superman
is like being bitten. The story is actually really cool, really cool. And then this is that Dark Reign cover I was telling you about. That for you, if you're gonna get it, I think this is like one of the great variants.
That is nice.
Yeah, and then there was. If you guys really, I think this is good, and I think people sleep on it. This one's actually really good.
Wastelanders Hawkeye.
Yeah, basically Hawkeye. It's the world that Wolverine, Old Man Logan's from.
Is it like the Old Man Hawkeye?
Yeah, where he's blind.
Yeah.
Dude, they tell you in the book who trains him now, because I didn't know who trained him, and when I found out who became the new Stick, I was like, win. Thank you, comic books. I'm not going to spoil it in case you want to read it, because I think it was a cool, like, ta-da, like, hey, Marvel, you're going to surprise me with this cool world. Because, I mean, all the superheroes are dead, except for a handful. And they're trying to do, like, the Wastelanders Avengers series. So I think that's a cool comic book thing for what Marvel's trying to do. So, a little dark, a little different, a little weird, but I think it works.
Josh says that Adam Fields, an artist that we both have worked from, that's I think in Josh's area, has a variant cover on the Department of Truth series. That's cool. Yeah, I definitely remember Adam. Adam did. Maybe you can see it if you see up here. There's the Carnage and the Hulk connecting cover. That's like a Carnage-ized Hulk. Like there. Yeah, that's Adam did those.
Nice.
Got him commissioned. He's a good dude. He's in most of the community. Helps out.
I mean, I think it's honestly, I think it's very cool that I've seen the Department of Truth covers, because as a historian, I love those sorts of covers, because I got into like the kind of cryptids, conspiracy theories, because my kids got into that sort of stuff when I was teaching. They always loved talking about it.
What do you teach?
I taught in middle school. Okay. So I taught at East Union Middle School here in Charlotte, and then I taught at several schools around here in Charlotte. I taught in a couple of.
What subjects did you teach?
Oh, social studies.
Oh, yeah.
Social studies, Spanish, and political science.
Nice.
Yeah, but my kids loved it in Spanish, because we used to be, because I speak Spanish, and they used to love it, because I'd be killing them, because they would do Pictionary Fridays, and my kids would be screaming so loud at each other because I had buzzers, and they would be like, Saunders, stop, you're too loud. And I'm like, listen, my kids are having fun and their grades are good. Why are you complaining? Leave me alone. Go away.
What's up, Jared? Jared's in the house. The only Spanish that I know, even though I did Duolingo for a while, but it all went away, I can say manos en los pantalones en la biblioteca, which I believe means my hand is in my pants in the
library. Yes.
That is useless.
It is, but you know what? It's funny. It'll get you to get a joke with somebody that doesn't understand English all that well. Yes. You catch that Spanish dude. My wife is actually learning it, because we're trying to teach our toddler. We want to immerse her in a Duolingo kind of program for Spanish and for English, because I would like her to learn Spanish, because I didn't learn Spanish till the 8th grade. So I have a gringo accent.
My favorite. So here, let me tell you, this is a BigDub life goal. If you ever hang out with me, and there's several boys in the chat that have hung out with me, I just like to cause random dumb things to happen. Whether it's a challenge, whether it's eating, whether it's saying something stupid, I don't know. I just like to cause silly things to happen. I'm still 7. And my life goal is to have someone tell me a story. It's like, let me tell you about this one random time I was in a Walmart, and I turned the corner, and there was a grown man riding a stick horsey going, horsey. And I'll get to say, that was me. That was me. You're telling me a story. That is me. Like, that's my dream scenario. So I learned how to say hand in the pants in the library, because of, every once in a while you're in a setting where, maybe not, you could tell people speak Spanish or they don't speak English or well, and you just kind of say it off in the background. And you see people at their table go, what was that? What did someone just say? Hand in the pants in the library, and you just wanted to go. I wonder what their conversation now is like. It just makes me happy. It just makes.
Oh yeah, because you gotta laugh because that person will be like, "Excuse me, pardoname."
Yeah. See right there, Josh. I love that's the Jurassic Park analogy. So I say everybody's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that in public or whatever." And I always go back to the scene in Jurassic Park where whatever the dude's name is brings Nedry the shaving cream can for the first time. Dotson. His name is Dotson. And he's like, "Don't say my name." And they're at the restaurant. And he goes, "Oh, Dotson. We got Dotson here. Dotson." He goes, "Nobody cares. Nobody cares." Like that's my fault. Nobody cares. Like just have fun. No, you're not too cool to ride a wooden stick horsey in the Walmart. You're just not. Like it's fun. Have a good time. Nobody cares. And then it makes good content. You know.
Oh, it does. It definitely makes good content. I think it's kind of funny because I think in our friend circle, I think these two would agree that I'm definitely that guy. Like I would say Bob definitely pushes a lot. He's more low key about it. I'm very.
I don't know. I'll throw you off that cliff if you let me.
Listen. I'm an extrovert. I don't hide that I'm an extrovert.
No, see, I'm a very introverted extrovert. Like I'm quiet, but if you get me in the right situation, yeah, things will go down.
And I'm the extrovert. I'm just out in your face, and I will talk to you. If I don't like you, I tell you I don't like you. If I like you, I love you. It's like one of my friends said to me many years ago, to know Andre is to love Andre. Nice. And she was 100% right because I am that way. Either you love me and you love my personality, or you don't love me and I could be an asshole. My wife loves me, but she tolerates me sometimes, but I know she loves me. And my friends, they know I'm loyal, so they love me, but they know I'm annoying as fuck too. So
that's the best part of being a New Yorker there. You can be an asshole and be like, I'm sorry, I'm from New York.
Now, living down south as long as I have now, I can't get away with that anymore. Like when I say that, they're like, "Oh yeah."
I always try. I mean, it doesn't work, but I try. You know, people at work will be like, "What'd you say?" I'm like, "I'm sorry. I'm from New York." Deal. You know, sorry.
I wish I could get away with that sometimes. I wish.
I said try. I didn't say it worked. I just said I'd try.
Now it makes me want to go down there and eat ribs with this guy and just kind of crack jokes with it. Like I can see cracking a beer with Dub and just laughing over that.
We can eat some ribs. We got to be on a cheat day because we're BigDub fit. We got to make it.
Oh, we got to go. Listen, dude. I cut out junk food. Like I don't eat like cookies or like all that stuff. Like I try to, and then like I make them for the kids, but I eat like one or two and that's it. The rest of them will eat it like, and my daughter's like this skinny. My 12-year-old. I don't know how she does it. I'm like, you can eat the entire thing of cookie dough, and I would gain 15 pounds. You eat
I used to do that too.
Exactly, and she doesn't gain an inch on her waist. Like,
yeah.
OG Geek asked, "What did he miss?" Mike, we missed talking about you riding an imaginary horse in the middle of the flea market and then buying a piñata. That's what we were talking about.
I saw that video too. I saw those videos.
A piñata that I filled full of mayonnaise and hamburger buns and $100 if you're brave enough to venture to go in there and get it.
Oh, see, wait, you got to put your hand in a jar full of mayonnaise?
You had to, well, it was a mystery piñata and it was full of stuff and it was snowing and we were outside. And so whoever got a turn to hit it, and then once you busted it open, you won what was inside. So you had to, it was mayonnaise and hamburger buns. I didn't know that. Foxy for real actually won the money, which was good. But nobody knew it was money. You could have just thought it was hamburger buns potentially, because you never know with the BigDub challenge. It could go either way.
That's very true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming on that 8:00 hour, which I promised Dub because he has to be. I promised him. Because he's got family he wants to spend time with, and I
smell. We're having flank steak, asparagus, and sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes. Natalie's got it smells so good. And then we got to finish Harry Potter and Goblet of Fire.
All right, I'm 3 hours away. Fix me a plate.
Yeah, we'll have it. Yeah, we'll have it in a
I'm coming. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Oh, if you like sweet mashed potatoes, like the sweet potato mash,
yeah,
add salt, pepper, and a dot of honey.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
And it gives it like a nice creamy texture and it tastes off.
Yes. Yes.
But hey, I want to thank you, man. You were on the premiere episode. Like I said, I went
thank you guys for having me. Yep.
And this is fun. I definitely do not want to not let this ever be an only time. I definitely want to.
No, we'll come back and reach out. I mean, the boys are in here. I think you said you talked to Josh.
Yeah, talk to
I'm
Josh.
sure he'll come on. Mike will definitely. I know Mike will come on. Seth will come on. Those guys will come on and do it. You got to work around, folks. You know, everybody's got kids and schedules. And
Oh, we all got
stuff.
kids. I know OG.
But,
I know he's working. I know you got your schedule. So I definitely will hit up every single one of them. And you guys are more than welcome. I follow all your videos and all their channels. To everybody that doesn't follow them, please follow them. They're hilarious guys. They're just good dudes. And this is why I like doing this stuff. In the new year, I surround myself with good people. And I felt like Dub and I definitely would vibe real well. And I wanted to have him on our show.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, guys. Hey, sub these guys up. Yeah, thanks, Jared. Sub these guys up. Give them some love. And yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back whenever you want me to, man.
And next time I'm down your way, I will definitely hit you up. And we
listen.
Will
come to Toylanta. We're gonna do a big deal at Toylanta. You know, it's possible that all of us may be. So like Kent will be there. Greg Poole comes to that. Josh will hopefully be there. OG Geek will be there. What's Poppin' will be there. Captain Powerlip. All the Florida boys are coming up. David and I, my crew, we'll all be there. It's like the third week in March. I think the 17th, like that weekend. It's right near where King Bob is. Very close. It's over there.
Oh, I'll be there.
All right, so you hear it, folks. I will make my way down.
That's when Castle Dub happened last year. That was Toyland.
Wait. Whatever you're just saying, Dre, I want this in writing.
No. This is going to be a video, and Dub is my witness. Dub is my witness. I will come down to see you, Bob, to see Dub, and to meet the rest of this crew that I hear nothing but great things about, and we will have a great time.
Listen, Bob already said. I see it in the private chat over. He already said that y'all can cuddle. He'll put you up, and y'all can have cuddle time.
Yeah,
it's in the
I have a
private
king
chat.
size bed.
Yeah,
you promise.
King size bed, Dre. You and me.
Oh, but you got the dogs though. I gotta move the dogs out.
No, the dogs are in the crate. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Even better. All right, guys.
And I'm gonna tell Smitty I'm gonna be up that because I gotta come meet Ron. I haven't been up to. I've been meaning to get to New York. I keep trying to go to New York Comic Con, so I'm gonna be up that way at some point. I used to go to New York all the time for work, but I need to come up there with Century and hang out with.
Century's awesome.
With the tri-state folks. Yeah.
He's definitely got some good things going on up there. I will be working. He'll be on.
Did you see him talk all that trash? You know, he's the villain.
I did about the BigDub Fit Challenge.
Talking the trash. Yep.
Man, you guys definitely got to check out Century. Check out Dub. All of us are on various platforms. I know Bob is sitting on Instagram and on YouTube. Smitty is just on IG, but he comes on the Nerd Dungeon to kind of sit with us and play.
Boys, tag me on your. Do y'all have Instagram?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah. Tag me on a story so I can retag it and send it out there and try to send some love your way.
All right, I love it.
All
man.
right,
we appreciate
and thank you guys for coming. Thanks for coming in. Till next time. Peace out, guys.
Oh, what?
Thanks, BigDub.